guys, welcome back to my channel. I am going to take you on a few days of what I eat in a day following intermittent fasting. I do some form of intermittent fasting every day. And some days I follow OMAD, which is 1 meal a day, and some days I do either a 16 8-hour fast or an 18-hour fast or a 20-hour fast. It just depends on the day. Last week, I did a lot of fasting. So I fasted over 22 hours every single day, and one of the days I did an extended fast that was like 40 hours. So this week I am fasting still, but I am pulling back a little bit, as in some of the days I'm gonna have 2 meals instead of 1 meal, and focusing on more of like a 4 to 6 hour eating window. And some days I'm going to be doing OMAD, which is fasting over the 22 hours. And so I follow this lifestyle because this is what I've found that's helped me not only heal my gut, feel incredible, but also I just got back from getting my blood drawn. And back when I was keto, I had extremely high blood pressure, like really high blood pressure. I was stage 2 hypertension, high blood pressure. And since making this shift, doing the intermittent fasting, along with eating a food flexibility, balanced lifestyle, eating all the macros, not restricting myself at all, my blood pressure is now in like the optimal range of healthy, optimal. So that's cool. I can't wait to get my results back on my cholesterol and all of that. And I'm not saying keto is bad for everyone, it's not. I just stayed keto for way too long. And I needed to find more of a balanced lifestyle. And my body was telling me this, I was experiencing the bloating, I was experiencing the pain. I wasn't able to figure out why, I thought I was doing all the right things, which ended up being the wrong things for what my body needed at this moment.
I think she knows that. She drives them crazy when she's looking like that. The way she's moving makes them want it so bad.
My OMAD meal today was salmon. It's basically a salmon piccata with rice, and I had Italian dressing on this salad. I did have a couple of the mozzarella sticks too. I usually drink club soda at restaurants. I try to stay away from the alcohol because alcohol makes it really hard to fast. That is one thing that I've found. Today I'm drinking the liquid nat ketones. Oh, I almost got myself. Okay, so I'm going to mix in my probiotics, prebiotics. I'm also taking a couple different supplements here. Vitamins also made for my microbiome from my test results. And then also I take this, which is an NAD booster. This I think definitely helped my mitochondria results from the cellular results from my test. It improved dramatically in just a few months. And I've been taking this every day. I got this on Amazon, so I will put the link in the description. If you wanna know more about it, you can look into it. It's basically to help with aging in reverse and to feel your best. The Krebs cycle, it helps with metabolizing the carbohydrates for energy. And then I also take CoQ10, also anti-aging purposes. I do omega-3s as well. And then I take my Biome supplements from my microbiome. And that's it.
"6:30 in the morning, you wake me up to have a conversation and inform me about how I make you feel inside. You keep talking and I'm listening. Quick to try to shut up, I'm almost getting dizzy now from the way you bum me out."
So we took the kids to the beach. I had my ketones with me. So some days I make my ketones in the morning, and sometimes I do it in the afternoon, and sometimes I do both. So today I made them in the morning, and I got the kids lunch from the snack bar, and I ordered my food because I wanted something more than just like a fried dish. And so at 12 p.m., I was 22 hours fasted, and I have grilled chicken with rice, edamame. There's some cabbage in here, some spinach, and this made for a really, really good meal. Actually, it's one of my favorites. I love this.
Yeah. I know you think we're good together. Every time I see your happy face, I wanna tell you to just leave me alone.
Kids are swimming in the pool. It's Sunday. I'm gonna do 2 mad today. Sundays I like to have 2 meals, so I'm having dinner. So I had lunch, which you saw on the beach, and now dinner tonight.
Oh, wow, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back. Take my time, just enjoy the ride.
So you can see I ordered sushi. I really like sushi. I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, I just eat the foods I like, and it's the best part of food freedom. So I closed my fast around 7 p.m. and here's the next day, Monday morning. I had black coffee, iced, and then I broke my fast at 19 hours fasted on this day with some fettuccine alfredo and a side salad. There was some chicken in there as well. We actually ordered this from Carrabba's, one of my favorite places to order from. Really easy, especially, you get Uber Eats. I basically have Uber Eats on speed dial these days. And I had nothing to eat until Tuesday at 1 p.m. and I decided to get the quesadillas with chicken instead of shrimp. And I love quesadillas. I love Mexican food. This one is really good because it actually was loaded with a lot of veggies and stuff. You'll notice we do go out to eat a lot, but you know what? That's one of the benefits of an OMAD lifestyle. You save so much money on food. Usually when I'm doing OMAD, I also get an appetizer along with my main dish. And so this was fried green tomatoes. It's the beginning of my next fast. I'm drinking my liquid decaf nat ketones. So good. And it's a beautiful day. I did not have any hunger, any cravings, anything overnight, and it's a beautiful morning, perfect morning for coffee on the front porch with my kids and my husband. I don't need to follow like a definition of like a fasting protocol like OMAD, 1 meal a day, all the time. And I shouldn't. It's not healthy to do that. It wouldn't be healthy to do the same thing over and over and over and over again. So like for intermittent fasting to be sustainable in your life, if you feel like not fasting, then don't fast. Like it's literally that simple. And if you do feel like fasting, then fast. Slowly over time, like these habits start building and building and building and building, but we don't want to be too rigid, and we don't want to create like a scenario where you start feeling guilty for eating food, right? We don't want that. And so that's something that means a lot to me, and I just want to live my healthiest, best self. And in moments when I'm going to open up and widen my eating window, that works well for me. So I am like, 140 days of doing OMAD most of the time. Not every single day, like you see this week. Most of the time, it's gonna change. So the other side of that is my coffee. Normally, I just do iced black coffee, but today I felt like adding some half and half to my coffee and some sweetener to my coffee and having like a hot coffee. Like just a hot, creamy coffee. And so that's what I'm going to do. And again, this is that balance. So I'm not gonna show up and like just say, oh yeah, you have to do this every single day in this specific order, in this specific way all the time. We're not robots, we are humans. And sometimes we do things because it's comforting and it feels good to us. So that's what I do. And normally for a sweetener, I would do like a monk fruit sweetener, but I just have this stevia in the raw. I'm waiting for the monk fruit to come, so I'm just gonna use a packet of that. But again, really, I don't care. Like, I don't care. I am, like, it's so toxic on social media, all of this. Eat an egg and an avocado for breakfast instead of a donut or a bagel. It's like, if that donut and bagel makes you feel good, that donut and bagel served a freaking purpose. Eat it, right? Just eat it. Like, we should not be just trying to race to a goal and then hold ourselves into a lifestyle where we imprison ourselves within a lifestyle to be able to stay there. I want to live a lifestyle where I can eat whatever I want and not feel guilt about it, not feel stressed about it, and not feel like I'm doing something wrong. And that's how I know what I'm doing right now is something that I'm going to be doing for a very, very long time, because I do not feel that restriction. I do not feel like guilty for doing anything. I don't feel guilty for having cream in my coffee this morning. Normally I do black coffee. You know, it's all about like the compound effect of doing specific things most of the time, and then sometimes you do things in a different way. So right now I'm 13 hours fasted. What time is it? It's like 7:30 in the morning, right? So this, to me, technically, I don't consider this a fasted day, just because like some people will consider cream in their coffee, they're still fasted. They think they consider that. I will keep my fasted timer going until I eat like my first solid meal. But in my mind, I think if I add cream to my coffee, I'm technically breaking my fast, stopping autophagy. And so to me, I'm thinking, okay, I'm not fasting today. Even though someone might look at my day and look at it like, whoa, you just fasted all that time today. Like maybe I'll like eat a solid meal at like 18 hours. But to me, I've been fasting a very, very long time, and it doesn't feel like that to me. Like to me, this is a day where I'm not fasting even though I'm not eating, like even though I'm not having breakfast, like I'm not having a meal, right? To start. You can reach your goals, but like in a way that's sustainable for you in your life, you know? I'm on a major journey to break a generational curse of demonizing food. I'm done. Like I'm so done. After my keto experience, I'm never doing that again. Like you will not see a picture side by side from me of like healthy versus not healthy. Like no, I think all food has a place and in a balanced lifestyle, and that's it. Okay, I wanted to just come in here real quick because it's 9:15 right now, and you know how I told you I don't normally add anything to my coffee? It's usually just black coffee, and I have no problem fasting until noon. Well, and don't look at this. I guess I gotta go outside and clean that. Well, it's since I put that half and half in my coffee, and my stomach is growling, and I'm having like hunger pains, which I never, like I'm telling you guys, I never have that since I've been fasting. And it's because I activated my digestive system. And so once you have something that you ingest and your body has to start digesting it, now all of a sudden your body thinks, oh, there's food coming. And it gets everything ready for food. And then if you don't give it food, then you're going to release your ghrelin hormones, the hunger hormones, right? So if you're struggling to fast and you typically add stuff to your coffee, like maybe you get up in the morning and you add cream or butter or oil or something to your coffee, you might, and I know you guys don't want to hear this, I know it's an unpopular opinion to tell you to drink black coffee or black tea, but believe me, it can help you fast. If that's your goal, if your goal is fasting. If your goal is not to fast, like today my goal is not to fast, so I'm not worried about it. But if I was doing this every morning and I was working on a fasting goal, I would be like swimming upstream. It would be like a challenge. So that's interesting. Now I can add sweetener to my black coffee and I don't have this happen to me. But major tip for you guys, hot black coffee is kind of gross, to me anyway. But iced, diluted with some water, it's not bad. And you can even add that, if you want to add monk fruit or something to that iced coffee, or even, I don't have it here, yacon syrup is also something you can add to that black coffee. And at least for me, but everybody is different. You need to find what's best for you. But like, this is how you got to follow your body's lead. If you consume something, and ketones don't do this to me. So if I drink ketones in the morning while I'm fasted, I feel the same as I do with black coffee, except for I do have more energy and focus and mental clarity from the ketones being in there. Because I've been fasting for so long, I don't need to train my body to go without food in the morning anymore. But in the beginning, the ketones were extremely helpful at that hour of the day to help me with that. That's how I know when I'm drinking ketones in a fasted state that it's not taking me out of a fasted state. It's a very clear indication that you're no longer fasted when you start getting those hunger pains, or I guess with like a rumbly, growling stomach after you consume something fasted. So if you ask, you know, so many people are like, can I drink this fasted? Can I do this fasted? Can I do that fasted? The answer is, how do you feel after you consume that fasted? If it keeps you from having those feelings, then probably it's okay for you to use while fasting. Now remember, at the end of the day, the amount of calories you consume in your overall day, that's what matters the most. And that's why fasting is so successful for a lot of people, because when you condense your eating window into a very small amount of time, it's easy to eat and not feel like you are restricting the types of foods you're eating or eating small portions. But keep in mind, you don't have to fast to do that. You can eat breakfast, you can have lunch, and you can have dinner, as long as at the end of the day, that calorie balance ends up being exactly the same. But for a lot of people like me, it's easier just to have one large meal where you don't even have to worry about it or think about it or stress about it, and that's where the food freedom comes in. Now the interesting thing is, I actually started fasting because I was having so many gut issues and like with the bloating, and it was so painful. Fasting and just like literally not eating anything was like the only way I got relief. The first 5 days I did OMAD, it was so dramatic for me because I had these long periods of time where there was no food coming into my system and I didn't know what foods were causing my problems. That's what got me started on it to begin with, and that's where I was like, I freaking love OMAD because I feel so good doing this. And then when I had my microbiome tested and learned what exact foods are my problem, I have not had any pain, any issues, any situation, any problems at all with food since I started following that list, or really just staying away from the foods on my avoid list. So I say this to you guys because a lot of you are probably thinking I fast mostly for like weight loss, but it really did open the door to this incredible free lifestyle that I can live without feeling restricted, and also it enhances what I've done with my gut healing. Now, you know, I know what foods cause my problems and I don't have to fast. I can eat breakfast, lunch, dinner. I would probably not snack in between those meals, just because when you are constantly spiking your glucose, that's not really a good thing. But our body is made to be able to have a glucose spike and then recover from that, as long as you give it plenty of time to have that recovery period. That's where we get into problems with insulin resistance and all of these things. It's not the sugar and it's not the carbs that are causing the insulin resistance. It's eating all the time that is causing it, and not allowing our bodies to do what our bodies are meant to do, to then clear out the glucose and and the insulin's not bad. And this is the other thing, a lot of people are like so afraid of insulin, and where did that roll just go? Do you see that? Like when I started this video, there was like a roll right here of like, and now it's gone. What? Okay, so back on track. So people think insulin is bad, but you actually need insulin. Insulin is a growth hormone, right? So it's gonna store fat, but it's also going to help build protein into your muscles. So it pushes nutrients, it pushes nutrients into your muscles, into your cells, not just fat, okay? So fat's just one thing that it stores. So we actually need insulin in a lot of ways, and so don't demonize insulin. It's not bad to have insulin. The problem is when we are overloading our system with way too much food, way too much eating frequency. So like eating all the time. Like I said, fasting is just literally a tool. There are other benefits like autophagy, which is skin tightening, and that honestly, after having kids, was a major thing that I was interested in as well. And I've lost a lot of body fat in my legs right now. I would love to tighten some of that skin. So that's where that's the thing that motivates me specifically with the autophagy side of things, as well as clearly I would love to just like not have wrinkles, to just not age quicker. I want to age in reverse. I want to slow down my aging, which I am doing, which my microbiome test told me as well. Since I retested, so if you guys have been following along with me, I took the microbiome test at the beginning of my OMAD journey when I was leaving keto, and everything was destroyed of me. My mitochondria was so bad, like the scores of my cellular data was so bad. I was aging on track with my biological age. So at the time when I took the test, I was 37, almost 38, and my test told me I was 38, which is only like a couple months away. And then I turned 38, started doing OMAD, started following the food on my microbiome test, was doing these long extended fasting. I started taking an NAD booster every day, started using that for my cellular health. And what happened was I reversed my biological age by 4 years. So now I'm technically 34, not 38. So what I'm doing is actually setting me on a path of age reversal, which is amazing. So regardless of what you think about fasting or what you think about what I'm doing with my food flexibility lifestyle, the fact of the matter is my body is healing and getting better and improving, and I am doing the right thing for my health, for me personally and myself. Regardless if you think that I am not eating enough acai bowls or eating too much sugar, too many carbs, whatever you think of me, it doesn't matter to me, because I know that I'm actually aligned with what my goals are and what I'm doing. And I have evidence and proof of this. And so I love that. Plus my mitochondria, guys, it is trending back into the healthy direction that I want to go. And I feel it. I feel better. I have more energy, all of this. But I needed to have those carbs. I needed to fuel my body with the carbs. And sorry about all the background noise. I've got like my laundry going and everything. I've got like the ocean in the background. I think it's important because I know a lot of people do. They struggle with fasting and they are like, well, I'm hungry in the morning. Did you start your morning with cream in your coffee? Maybe that's why you're hungry. You activated your digestive system, and now your body's like, okay, where's the rest of the food? We started the process. Where is it? And then you don't give it, and all of a sudden it's in lack, and it wants nourishment. But if you don't wake the beast, don't wake the beast, keep that beast sleeping, you will be fasting and having no problem with fasting. So this just coming from someone who has been doing this a very, very long time and noticing the difference dramatically when I have that cream in my coffee. So, but again, we're all different. .45 and it is Rolo o'clock. There is my dessert right there. Freaking amazing. This is food freedom. Okay, don't judge me. If you're here to judge me, then you don't belong here, okay? Yo. Every day. Lately, when I close my fast, I have some chocolate and caramel. I package up my free trial packs of the ketones. So if you want to try these, I do for a limited time have free kits. So I got those sent out and then I start my fast all over again.